Hey guys, welcome into Tech Chat. I'm Casey, you're watching the Chris and Casey channel, and today I'm going to teach you how to make a good thumbnail using Photoshop CC. So guys, let's get started. So as you can see here, this is just the opening screen for Photoshop. I'm going to go over here and create new, and 1920 and 1080 is full high definition for 16:9 ratio. And if you want some real good resolution, put that as 300, but 72 is fine for now, just for a little thumbnail. So I've already copied a picture and I'm gonna hit Control V, or I can go up to Edit and Paste. Mind the weird face, but that's how it is. So in a previous video, I taught you how to use the pen tool, but today I'm going to give you just a mini tutorial of it. So you just go around here and see, you can click and drag and that will make your curve, and when you need to change angles, you hold down the Alt key. And before I go too far, I apologize for me not knowing Mac keys, because I've never used a Mac and I don't plan on using one. Sorry, Mac people. So we're just gonna go all the way around here. Okay, and when you've made it all the way back around to where you want your selection to be, you go down here, and where you see that little circle, that means you're going to complete your path. So at this point, we can go up to the very top here and click selection. I like to do 0.5 of a feather because that makes the, perfect little outline of your selection. You will see what I mean in just a second. So I'm going to hit Control Shift I, and that's going to invert the selection. And from there I can, it's already a layer, so I can delete the background just like that. And I am able to move myself around freely. So what do you do at this point, you may ask? So we're just going to leave myself there, and we're going to make a good background. So I'm gonna take away myself there, and I'm gonna make a good background for myself. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hold down the gradient tool, go to the paint bucket tool, and select a nice color. It's already on blue there. I think that's what I want to do. I'm going to make a new layer for this, and I'm going to make sure that I put it below myself so I'm still on top. So I'm going to leave myself still gone for a second. I'm going to go over to filter and add a bit of noise and make it a bit noticeable, just like that. After that, I'm going to go to blur, motion blur, and I can sort of give it a brushed steel or ripple effect, sort of. Okay, so at this point I have sort of a blue brush steel effect, and as you can see on the edges here, the blur didn't quite match. So the way I'm going to fix that is I'm going to select the layer, I'm going to hit Control T, I'm going to go over here to the sides and hold Alt and drag, and that will drag both sides. So as you can see, it's even now. So at this point I'm going to add another layer. Okay, I'm going to get the gradient tool, and I'm going to make sure that I have the color to transparent selected, and then I'm going to make sure it's reversed, so make sure that reversed is checked, and I'm going to make sure the mode is still normal. So I can go to the middle here and drag it out, and that's going to give it a good, sort of a spotlight feel. It makes it a little less intense, the background. So I'm going to pop myself back up there, and I'm going to make myself just a little bit bigger so I'm a little bit more noticeable. There, that's good right there. I can always go back and change it. So we need a little bit of text, and that's a little bit big for my taste, so I'm going to put that at 300. Yeah, we better make it 250. And we are going to change that font because that's a wacky looking font. I like Impact. A lot of YouTubers use it. And don't worry about the size at first, you can always go back and format it. So that's still a little bit big. I'm going to try 200 and center it. Go. That looks like a good size, and I can actually move myself a little bit over, a little bit more, and I actually may make myself just a bit bigger. That's a little too big. We don't need that much of me. Still just a bit big. There we go. Alright, that looks good right there. Okay, so we've got my headshot, the text down, and now we're going to format this text a little more. I'm going to make it a nice color, so white goes good with the blue there. And after that, I'm going to go to layers, right click, and hit blending options. So from here we can put some nice styles behind it. So we're going to put a nice soft drop shadow. I use this a lot in my thumbnails. It sort of gives it more of a depth, and the stroke can be something a little more creative. So let's try a darker blue. I'm not sure I like that. How about a dark? Still don't like that. So I've decided on giving it a very dark blue color. That sort of makes the white pop out, and it also gives it a little more depth. As you can see, I'm still a little bit bright, so I'm going to make sure the layer is selected and go up to Image, Adjustments, Brightness, and Contrast, and we can play around with it just a bit more. I'm going to do another adjustment, maybe a little saturation. Oh wow, that's too much. There we go, that looks pretty good. Alright, and at this point, we are ready to put a little Photoshop picture. So let me grab that. So this icon I just sort of found from Google, and it's already at a tilt here. So I'm going to enlarge it a bit and just put it right there where it sort of sneaks into the frame there. So I think this is like a really good color scheme at this point, and I'm really happy. So the last thing to do, if you have a series, is I like to put the episode number down here in the bottom right. So let me figure out which episode I'm on. 16. So for episode 16, there we go. I'm going to move that to a good little spot right over here, and I'm going to format it just like my other ones. My other text, I should say. So we had a stroke and that drop shadow. There we go. So that is a good looking thumbnail. I'm proud of it actually. Actually, there is one thing I forgot. You gotta make yourself pop a little bit. So how you do that is blending options, and I'm just gonna do a little bit of outer glow. I'm gonna make this blue a little brighter if I can. That's not the right blue that I'm going for, so okay, there we go. And actually, I'm going to give this just a bit of drop shadow to give it even more depth. So, and I think I'm going to put myself over how to make a good thumbnail, so it makes me pop a little more. So guys, this is how to make a good thumbnail. Feel free to rewind it, give me more watch time, and review what I just taught you here. I like this thumbnail, and obviously I used it for the video. So guys, I hope you had a good time today here on Tech Chat. Tell me what you think. I love to hear your feedback on the show. And guys, sometimes I struggle with subjects to talk about. So guys, give me some subjects, give me some topics you want me to cover. If you want me to do a tutorial over something, whether that be HTML coding, CSS coding, Photoshop, Premiere, setting up OBS, something like that. I just gave myself a lot of topics there, but guys, feel free to give me some topics, whatever you guys need help on, or if you just want my opinion on something, that's fine too. But leave those down in the comments. Be sure to smash that like button. I encourage you to watch my other content. If you like what you see, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, y'all. Thank y'all so much for being here. I appreciate you watching. Follow us on Twitter, that's at Chris and Casey. Follow us on Facebook, same thing, at Chris and Casey. Follow me on Instagram, it's EnjoyNukaCola97. And I will see you next time, guys, for the next Tech Chat. Thanks so much, guys.